All right, everyone, welcome back for another episode of Carnivore Trades. Today is Tuesday, February 15th, 2022. So markets gapping up today, some more de-escalation talk. Putin came out this morning and said that he wasn't, he kind of walked everything back. You can see yesterday where James Bullard covered his short positions. Where the market bottomed yesterday, we rallied up and then gapped higher on the news that Putin had kind of walked back his comments a little bit. But anyways, market kind of stuck in this tight range here between about 443, 443.50 and 446. We did close near the highs of the day though. So they tried to sell off. So Biden talked a little bit today and he kind of walked things back a little bit. They tried to sell it a little bit. I don't even think they cared what he was saying. I think they were just looking for an excuse to sell. And then, so we dipped a little bit, dip was bought, and then we closed back at the highs of the day. Triple Qs were strong. Apple, Tesla, Facebook, Netflix, all strong pretty much all day long. You can see Tesla in the corner of my screen here closing at the highs. So nice move there. And really a tech-led rally. Also leading was the IWM. So take a look here at the Russell 2000 in the corner of my screen. You see that nice power bar pullback. And then when we were making this low here, this is the coinciding with this low on the spider. So the spider actually took out the opening range this morning, as did the triple Qs. But the Russell 2000 was putting this higher low, so a really nice move there for the Russell. And same thing with the semis. Semis strong all day. Again, Nvidia having earnings Wednesday, so that is a good sign for them. Although earnings is a crapshoot, so we don't know what actually is going to happen there. But essentially, the long and short of it is, we talked about this 618 yesterday. If we could pull that up, there we go. So 618, nice little pullback, and we're getting a reaction off of that. We're still inside of this red candle, but we'll give the market the upside bias. In the meantime, again, the Russell is strong. All the big tech names are strong. And, the market was pretty oversold. A lot of these growth names just were so beaten down. Not surprising to see a lot of them get a bounce here. And I do think that we have to go up and at least test 450. We have that big straddle, remember, of calls and puts at 450 expiring this Friday. It is OPEX week. So, it wouldn't surprise me if we got even a little bit above that and then maybe closed right on that area on Friday. But we'll see what happens here. The market did finish strong, and it was, finally a nice kind of a strong day intraday with a little bit of follow through at the end. Typically these rallies over the last couple of weeks, we might have a strong day, strike gap up, then we come off the highs or we roll over. So this is the first day that the bulls really kind of actually got a positive by the close. He did close above the 200 moving average and the 20 moving average on the SPY here, so that is also a positive. We'll give the market the benefit of the doubt for now. Again, with the Russell being strong, that is also a good sign. Let's take a look at the VIX here. I've been following this one all day long, and it really, okay, so it just broke through that low of the day here. So again, that's another thing. I've been watching that all day, and this low here was holding, even on the VXX. This was actually making higher lows at one point, as was the UVXY. So VIX in a little bit of contango today here. So there's still a little bit of future volatility being priced in, but VIX did take out that low here. So we'll watch it. If this does gap down, we probably go up to, that 450 handle. At least that's going to be my near-term target there on the spiders. Anyways, triple Qs here, nice day. Looks like we closed above that 20 moving average, so that's a net positive here. In the short term, at least a small positive for the bulls. Your next real resistance area is going to be at 360.07, so that would be this red bar high. And then obviously you've got that gap fill / 200 moving average above that if you can get through that. So that is your level there. We talked about the strength in the Russell. So came down, then we had a nice move off the lows, 1, 2, 3 pullback and a pop. So if we can take out this candle high, you've got the 50 MA, and then you got maybe like that. We kind of tested 210. I mean, I'll count this as like a kiss of 210. But, a higher high here would, open the door up to maybe 215. And then I think, honestly, 220 is probably going to be max move, like max move here for the Russell. But nice little move here in the meantime. Dow Jones Diamond, just like the Russell, 1, 2, 3 pullback and a pop. A little bit weaker, though. So the bounce that we're seeing lately, that we've seen lately, has been in less in cyclical and consumer goods names, less in blue chips and more in tech stocks, which obviously makes sense, as those are the ones that were so oversold due to the potential rate hikes and the rise in interest rates. Anyways, let's flip over. Let's look at some sectors. Semiconductors up 5.44%. Again, we talked about Nvidia, that being the leader there, up 9% today into this little necktie. They do have earnings tomorrow, so honestly, I don't know what the stock can do. It's always a gamble going into earnings. That's why I don't play it. But a nice move today for Nvidia. AMD also up over 6% in sympathy as well. So nice little bounce there for the semiconductors. Cloud software up 2%. We talked about the strength in cloud software yesterday. Even though it closed red, it was green most of the day. Outside of the last hour or so, it got pushed down. But nice little rebound there for cloud software, up over 2%. Again, that red bar high right here at about 361.63 will coincide with that 360 level there on the triple Qs for resistance. Dow Transport's a bit of a muted move here, up only 0.6%, kind of still inside of Friday's red bar, but a nice little up move, and we'll give it the benefit of the doubt for now. We'll leave it at that. Home builders also a bit of a muted bounce. Again, we've been talking about the weakness in these names. VNQ also kind of a weak bounce, but I don't hate this pullback pattern though. I talked about this yesterday. Nice little big green bar and then a pullback. Not the worst pattern, but also just not looking the best, not getting the best bounce either. If we look at rates here, so the 10-year was green again today, up 2.5%. However, the 30-year was up more, up 2.6, and actually took out the highs of last week. So we're seeing a little bit of a steepening of the yield curve, which is a net positive for the market for now. But the 2-year has gained a lot on the 10-year still. So one little day does not really, get the market out of the woods. And again, rates were still green today. So again, we still have that emergency Fed meeting that was Monday. I believe they have Fed minutes tomorrow. So we'll see what happens with that. Market may be pricing in a 50 basis point hike. So we'll just kind of have to see if and when that happens, how the market reacts. But I think the market has done a good job of at least pricing in quite a bit of it. That doesn't mean rates can't go higher, in the next month or two. But I think in the near term, they're kind of getting a little long in the tooth here in the short term. Anyways, let's flip over to financials. XLF, nice little bid today. JP Morgan did have a nice bid, but finished way off the highs. It was still up 1.5%, gapped higher. But look at this intraday. Gap up, then test the lows and kind of chop sideways and sold off a little bit into the close. I mean, so everything kind of dipped a little bit into the close, but most stocks got up and closed near the highs of the day. JPM could not do that. See the same thing on Bank of America, Wells Fargo here. KRE was a little bit stronger, KBE okay, but some of the money center banks, the big money center banks, did not fare as well. However, broker dealers, XBD here, did get a nice pop. And that was a strong bid there, up over 2.3% here on the day. So broker dealers holding up a little bit better. What does it mean? I'm not really sure, but we'll give it the upside bias for now. They've just been very strong lately. Energy here. So XLE pulling back, but coming off the lows here. So a big gap down. Again, Putin this morning kind of like threw a wrench into that, and it caused a little bit of a sell-off in energy. It did hold the 20 moving average though, so we'll give it the upside bias for now. Got a little bit of a gap fill there around 69 on the XLE. XOP also gapping down, finishing just negative though, and OIH actually closing green. So a big move down here on the OIH, and actually closed up 1.5%. So a nice little move there for oil services. Crude, nice reversal here, so finally coming back in a little bit. But again, I am not convinced that crude is ready to break trend until it at least first closes below that 20 moving average, but you got to make a lower low first. So, I mean, if it can take out 88.50, then you can say, okay, now you've got a lower low in place. So perhaps, you can maybe then look for a lower high. But at this point, there's just no real sell signal on crude. It's still really strong, and it's still really tied to rates. I mean, look at where, see this move since July, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. And crude, put in a low, a little bit later than that, around August. It did have one big sell-off here, test low, and then boom. So crude is really following rates, and again, it's just been a strong sector. Nat gas getting a little bit of a bid, stalled out around this gap window area, 1, 2, 3 bounce. I won't make too much out of it until we see a better pattern. Dollar index coming back in a little bit. Did get above that red bar high yesterday. We talked about that, but now you want to look for pattern. If it starts setting up sideways, it probably wants to go attack that 97 handle. Gold, pretty ugly reversal, engulfing reversal. I told you guys it's going to have resistance up here around 1880, and it did, have a nice rocket fueled move off the lows here without really any consolidation. So extended going into resistance. Not surprised to see a little reversal. Also, gold right now is kind of a fear trade, and if we start seeing more and more de-escalation with Russia and Ukraine, this will probably come back in a little bit just based off of that. Silver, same kind of deal, reversal here. couldn't get through that 24 handle, and now basically what you want to look for is pattern. If it can start to go sideways, then maybe it wants to move higher. Platinum, again, my favorite of the precious metals right now. Still love this pattern for a move up. Nothing wrong with that there. And palladium also same kind of thing. Big reversal here on palladium, which looks ugly, but if you look at the weekly still looks really good. See, nice pop there, and then 1, 2, 3 pullback. Nothing really wrong with that. So the daily palladium's a little bit sloppier and less clean, but that weekly palladium looks okay. So we'll leave it at that. Copper here, again, green, 0.5%, getting above at 451 area, but it's, again, just really range bound right now. And it got rejected up here. Let's see if it can push above this red bar high for now. 463, we'll call it. So if you can get above there, then maybe you can go test the highs. But this thing keeps getting hit every time it goes up there. I don't know if it's a government doing that or what. It wouldn't surprise me at all. But yeah, just having trouble getting through this range here. Anyways, let's flip over to Bitcoin and we'll talk crypto. All right, so Bitcoin getting a nice bid today again, showing a little bit of strength. Ether up 6%, Doge up 2 3/4, Litecoin up under 4%, XRP under 4%. So nice little move here for crypto again. Let's see if it challenges that 48 handle again. Got all the way up to, what was this, 45.8. So maybe you can get up and make a higher high up to 45.8. Again, I said that the fact that crypto was actually holding up and not selling off with everything else was a net positive for the market. And we'll kind of, give it an upside bias for now. It's hanging in there. It's not making lower lows. And, it's holding up for now. And I think that's a net positive for the market as well. Anyways, here to wrap up, basically we closed above that 446 area. So that was resistance. And, again, I got to think we're going to go up there and tag that 450 area. If not tomorrow, then at least by the end of the week. When you see that big straddle like there on an OPEX day, a monthly OPEX day, it's the market. It's like a magnet. It just wants to go up there and tag it. So I got to think we're going to at least test that, maybe get a little bit over it even. And then maybe, I would think maybe tomorrow we get above that. Thursday, we get a little bit higher. And then Friday, maybe we reverse lower and come back in. So that's a possibility. Either way, I still think we're going to close right in this area here on Friday. That's just usually the nature of it. Anyways, guys, you take care. Thanks for watching. Come find me at carnivoretrades.com. We have a free trial now. It is $15 a month now, but we do have a 2-week free trial. If you want to get in, you can come join me for free. And if you don't like it, you can always cancel. But anyways, you guys take care. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.